Okay, I'm hot. I literally got hot and I just opened the call a minute, not even a minute ago. And then you got this flash, and then I got this flash, and we didn't plan on recording this at all. We just planned on checking in, and this is a total spontaneity right now. So, hi, oh my God. And I wanted to catch a moment for both of us so that we can laugh about this later when we watch this video, if we end up posting this at all. But I wanted to feel and I wanted to also see how is this energy suddenly showing up in front of someone who you know but you don't? And also, how do you feel this together field in this right moment? Because I'm literally sweating and I just took a sip of water. So I'm like, what is happening? I'm like, what is happening? I'm hot. I'm having a hot flash right now.
Cool. There's energy moving.
How are you
Um,
feeling?
Yet big. I'm feeling big heart resonance. Like I'm really feeling big heart resonance with you, and yeah, that that aliveness I mentioned right in the beginning, right? Where it was like I just saw you and heard you laugh, and I was like, oh, I'm alive too. I almost forgot today, but um, yeah, there's some
Isn't
magic in
this,
it.
I know. And does this happen to you often, Flora?
Not to that degree, I think.
So can you explain how different this is for you? Now I'm gonna dissect it in a second. Let's dive in.
I mean, I can tell you, it's. I just went to Burning Man, and since I came back, it's been like, who am I? I'm wasting my gifts. I'm still working as a cleaner while I'm building my business. This sucks. I want to be elsewhere. And today I started a Woman Unbound with Mama Gina with Star.
Oh,
Yeah, and just
wow.
hearing women scream, and screaming myself. And I think that started moving a lot of energy. And like I kept going and I was so tired. And I don't know, something in your energy in this moment when I got onto the call, I was like, oh, it's all good.
Yeah.
Not
Oh my
sure
God, I
what.
love this. Well, obviously we have a lot to talk because I'm so curious and it's good to see you again. Oh my God. It's been a minute.
Not too long.
So you went to Burning Man, and can you tell? I mean, I'm curious. I've never been, and I actually never had this feeling of going just because it became such a big deal and everybody's going. And oftentimes, when the mass is going that way, I go the opposite side. It's just the nature of it. But I'm curious. I find that this field opens up and cracks something open. So, do you want to share what this was for you and how come suddenly out of blue you get this total feeling of my life is precious, the time is ticking, I don't want to do it. So I kind of want to dissect it if you're open to it, then I would love to talk about it.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a new burner. I've been to Africa Burn twice, which is the South African Burning Man.
Oh,
And I've been to
they have
one.
that too.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
And it was magical. And it's in a desert too. And it was a very pivotal time of my life where I stopped drinking alcohol and started seeing things. Like I literally would look into someone's eyes and saw the lifetimes where we met before. That was the first.
What?
That was 10 years ago. Yeah. And Burning Man has been on the radar for ever, like since someone, told me about Africa Burn and the whole burner culture. And I don't know, after coming back from the Vita retreat, I was like, I need more magic and sparkles in my life again. And I live in a small mountain town in British Columbia in Canada, and I bring the sparkles, and nature does.
Yeah.
And otherwise, it can get a bit boring, a little blunt. And, I'm me and I sparkle. And
Yeah.
I
Big
miss,
deal, you burn.
yeah, I burn.
You burn.
And she's wearing red.
Seriously, woman, you just got me hot. Oh my holy shit.
How is it now?
I'm sweating.
Okay, it's still hot.
And I freaking love it because it is such a pure energy flow, which I think it's Eros, and not only Eros for life. And I think this is how the Eros throbs through our cells, gives us this like almost like desired aliveness, almost like a burning aliveness inside of us. So when that happens, and I get to exchanges with souls in general, with another energy, I freaking melt in it. I am simmering. I am enjoying it. So continue, please. I'm very curious. And so you attended with the retreat, what I'm understanding and hearing you say, and you live in a small town and you're a big deal.
Like that. I'm a big deal. Yeah, I'm a big person. Like I'm a big, I'm a force. I'm a fierce force.
You are, and
I,
I love it.
thank you. And I need more kindling for my fire. And
Mm.
I find that in nature where I live, because snowflakes are sparkly and water drops and moss is sparkly and huckleberries and whatever it is. And I also love finding it in art and in people. And maybe that's where my European roots are coming through or whatever. But going to Burning Man and seeing people making art, like, oh, and that's Eros too, right? Like it's so
Yeah.
aliveness. It gives me goosebumps still. Like it's so alive and beautiful, and people make art, and everybody is art, and ah, it was such
Yeah.
a relief to be in that field.
And what sparked in you this time?
That's a good question. It sparked in me. I'm probably gonna move away. I'm gonna move somewhere else. Yeah.
Wow. And do you recall a moment when you just the realization of it?
I mean, no. I also met a person with whom I deeply connected, as one does at Burning Man, apparently.
Ha, yes. Now we're talking.
And the I the land here reminds me of the lands where I grew up, right? It's a small mountain town, it's a valley, I can go skiing. That's the initial reason why I moved here. Like the skiing is phenomenal. And over the past 5 years on off I've been living here, I became bigger and bigger, right? And I feel like I've outgrown this little town. And I don't know what's gonna happen next. I'll still be here for winter and ski my sweet butt off. But I'm open. This is the most open I've been to living elsewhere.
Mm. Wow. And how is this openness feeling inside of you? I'm curious because, and just to digress a little bit, I'm very familiar with the feeling of right now, this nothing undeniable realization. It's truth and it's knowing, and there's no question marks around it. There's no menu of why not. It
Mm-hmm.
is fast forward, it is the push, it is the pull, it is this like swooshing this way, that. And when that comes in, as if something else or higher self or higher something or a part of you that is seated inside of you speaks on behalf of you. And this is how I understand it. And this is what led me to move countries, to move continents, to move from one to another relationship, to move jobs, to move a space where I cohabited, to enter into different fields, to create, to experience. And it was just very clear, unquestionable. So I wonder, is this how you experience your change inside of you now? When it's very clear and it's almost, you can't even question it.
That's a good question. I love that it's so clear inside of you, and it's truth, right? And I perceive you to have such discernment. And for me, the like I left Austria 10 years ago, question mark, 12 years ago. And I'd say the first 5 to 7 years, it's been a running away, right? It's been an incapacity to sit with my past and my ancestors' past, and I needed the movement in order to be, right, or create the story and the adventure as a shield. And Canada was actually the first place I stayed in for more than 3 years. So it's been 6 years now. And so I am a little wary of, is it truth or is something so big appearing right now that really requires me to sit with it? So
Wow.
that's why I cannot move right away. Like I feel like I need to, hibernate and do what I came here for, and then, allow it some time. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's beautiful what you're saying. And may I ask, is it in the name of love, on behalf of love, with love that you're feeling inside? It's always.
Always. I mean, I'd say once I started my physical journey, like, traveling all over the world and living in wild countries, it was really for the sake of my aliveness and the love for
Mm.
myself. And I'm trying to figure that one out. Besides one move, all of my moves have been for myself. Like one move was out of love for another person, and other than that, it's been my truth in that moment. And I also
Beautiful.
want to say that love opens us up, right? It's like, oh, there there are infinite possibilities. And
Yeah.
if I sit in my pretty mountain town with the snow, I
Aha.
might see less of the infinite opportunities, infinite
That is
possibilities.
true.
So
And
yeah,
that is
stay.
true. And you talk about the self-love and the love for the other. And is this different for you?
It's a very good question. I love that. Is the love for myself and the love for other different? Probably not.
Wow.
Not where I'm at right now. I I see you in me and me in you.
Mm,
Where where else would I? Where is the best place that I can love you slash me? um,
mm,
how how can that love be an act of love for myself? Right? Like, can I deny myself that love by staying stubborn? Like, no, I live here now. that would
yeah.
that wouldn't be self love, would it? I don't know.
Hmm. Let me add another layer to it and make it more complex. Because love is not simple. It's magical and mysterious. Is the love for self. If the love for self is the way I love myself, I can love you, the other. What makes the difference between that love and the deeper, intimate love with another who you engage with a deep, deep intimacy?
I didn't quite understand your question. Can you rephrase it, please?
So when we fall in love, we call it crazy dumb phase where we make decisions and we move the country.
Like moving countries? Okay.
Yes. By the way, I'm the fault, but I have never regretted for doing that at the gun. At the almost like at the jumped the gun for it, and it changed my life completely. Yes, I didn't think about it, but I have done this over and over again where it in the name of love, I don't call it crazy and dumb. I actually feel it's a somehow it gives me wings to fly. And to me that's magic. And to me I can reach the highest highs. I also am not hungry. My physiology changes. I see very clear, which we call, we're blind because it's blind love the first year. So I kind of flipped the script on it because, we can flip the script because I'm shown my superpowers when I'm in love. And my right? And my superpowers towards the other who I desire to merge and become intimate with gives me something of me that I was not even aware of.
Yeah.
That to me is magic. That is alluring me and seducing me to go for. I love it. I know you understand it. I can just feel in the field of it. And how different that love is to merge with the other versus the love for self in your experience.
I don't think it's different.
Wow, tell me.
I think that in I can only speak from my experience right now in this moment where I'm like, you are showing, you are the mirror of who I am in this moment. And wouldn't it be crazy to not be one of staring at the mirror? I'd be like, where are the blind spots? Where are the good spots? Like, where's the magic? And uplift each other and help each other grow our wings, right? So I don't
Yeah.
know the difference really. I see me in you.
Yeah.
You are a reflection of who I am on the deepest levels, and you show me things I'm probably not capable of seeing.
Mm.
Yeah, my heartbeat is really strong right now. It's like, ooh,
Nice.
this is exciting.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. And you're feeling, so you mentioned that you want to leave the space where you're in right now because you outgrew it, as if you hit the ceiling and there's this box and you can't grow anymore in it. You need more space.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And I read it somewhere and I wonder, what do you feel and think about this? And I think it was one of those books that we had to read for Vita, Corey's recommendations, optionals. And it said there was a sentence that stood in my head and almost like blueprinted itself in it. When we become full of ourselves, and this not in a meaning that we know of, rather than when we learn thyself and we start digging out these parts of ourselves and we become integrated, we become known to our own parts, and these parts become known to ourselves. We get to know one, which is here, and we become full of ourselves. There's a time in life when we no longer are enough. And then we're ready to open the space up for the other to come and join so it can share and mingle and exchange and blend in and merge and change us.
I love that.
So, what do you think? Have you ever experienced this? Are you currently going through this process? I'm curious, where you are ready to open the door and allow other energy to change you.
That's a very good question too. I love your questions, Melissa.
I can't keep it simple, Flora.
It's great. It's great. Like I love the intellectual stimulation of it. I mean, there's a part of me which wants to say that, I'm relating all the time, right? Like I'm relating with my best friend, with my family, with my friends, with the family from whom I'm renting the space and their children, and with nature, and all those relations show me something or teach me something. And to what I heard you share just now, just like know thyself and like really become full of yourself. And then it's time to be met and mirrored and mingled and merged. Yes, yeah, I feel like that's happening right now, and I don't know where this connection is gonna go, right? And I've been sitting with a desire for partnership for 2 years, 3 years. And I'd say the last year, like, a lot of sex magic on it and just like hardcore manifestation and get super clear and write letters and lists and da 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 and prepare yourself. And then just before the summer solstice, before the Vita retreat, like, oh, someone is holding pretty tight. You know, like my grip onto that desire was like fierce. Like, okay, okay. I'm sure the goddess and the universe know by now. Like, I can let that shit go. It's happening when it's happening, right? Um, yeah, so I would I like that concept you shared from this book about becoming full of yourself, being met in that fullness.
Yeah. And also the relating out of which we relate to other people. You mentioned friends, family, intimate partners, partner or partners. Is it different for you now? And the reason why I'm asking is because we've done a lot of work with Vita. Full stop. It's like, it's so much work. It's so much integrated work, meaning you keep coming back in and coming back in and coming back in. Dedicated 2 years for consistent, almost like consistent practice of reprogramming this exact thing of coming back in, checking out yourself first before you go there, checking out yourself. This is how I actually experienced the entire Vita, and still I'm experiencing Vita. But what happened with the incoming roads back to me, I was my Rome. I keep coming back to me, out of which my relating changed. So my whole frequency and energy actually changed. And what you just mentioned, I keep asking for a partner to partner with me on this journey. And I wonder, with this much inner work and inner understanding and knowing, self-analysis and discovery, how did your relating to others change?
A lot.
Tell me.
Yeah. Like there are two relationships that come to me right now. One was with with a man with whom I'm not lovers anymore now. We were lovers, and it never was like, you know, I got some needs met in that connection, and sex as a spiritual practice as I wanted was definitely not met. And again, after the Vita retreat, I was like, this is what I want. I'm so clear in it now, and you cannot provide that. I was like, no, I cannot. I'm like, thank you. Goodbye. And it was the cleanest, most beautiful change of relationship agreement I've ever experienced in my entire life. I'm 38, so it took some time, right? And also in the relationship with my parents, to some degree, I feel more grown up now. Like I need their approval less, and I feel like they ask deeper questions and they trust me more. And maybe it's a question of me trusting myself more and that being reflected back to me. I'm like, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And it's not out of rebellion. It's because I know.
Yeah. You found out.
Still
You
finding out
discovered.
all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, the relating definitely changes. First and foremost with myself, right? Like being truthful with myself and like this is what I want and this is what I'm curious about. How do you meet me there or not?
Yeah. So important. And I am poetic and romantic when it comes to this self relationship. So let me tell you what I think about it. It's making love to self, but not as in the intimate sexual way, rather than making slow love and making love, capital L, creating love as the part of creative, loving force. And because this is how I discovered universal force of love that comes in and expresses itself in a very poetic way, in a very almost altruistic way. It comes as a gift to me, and I get to play inside as if I am underneath my skin, and I am kind of teasing every parts of my body inside and every cell of it, organs, the breath, everything that I'm in. I'm waving back and forth. I'm dancing with it and crying with it. It comes and it goes and it teases me. It shows up and then it leaves. And there's a bridge between me and that love that I have to work for. I want it. And my desire for it almost invites it, but it's free enough to show up when it wants. And I write poetry about this a lot because it kind of gives you a different perspective of love as force rather than love to be attained and held. Such love becomes so open, it requires space and freedom to show up, give you what he wants, and take away what he wants. And as such, changes everything about you, who you are, and how you relate to yourself, which by default consequentially changes how you relate to everybody and everything around you. I don't know what I just said, but I just.
I love it. And it inspired me to take a deep breath and like breathe my loving breath into my organs and in between, and this readiness to be the vessel for that dance. That's what I really heard from you, to be love with a capital L. It's
The essence.
nature and the remembrance of that.
Yeah. And to allow it to come, to not close to it, to also allow it to show you the other side of it. The pain, the agony, the ecstasy, the pleasure, the fear, to show you, but without almost, this whole podcast thing actually started on the name of love, capital L. I swear. And I was like, I'm just going to show up and talk about love because we need love. We need love. Everybody wants love. Everybody would die on love. People die on their own sword for love. But what they don't want is to suffer for it. And I was like, we need to normalize that love comes with both sides. And it almost equally brings these massive ecstasy and agony of both of us, which is very tantric approach, right? So to understand that there are both sides of everything, that we are capable of handling both. Nobody died. Heart doesn't break here. It breaks in the mind. It's all right to feel it, but to change the concept about it and change the story that we give it. Oh, I don't want to have a heartbreak. Why not? It is powerfully beautiful.
One of a therapist with whom I used to work in Vienna, she's amazing, and she once asked me, it's love, Flora, it's gonna hurt. Would you rather not do it? And I was just like kind of down the lines of what you said, like, of course I would still do it. I love love. Like love is the best, and it's gonna hurt eventually, or to some degree. And as you said, it's like it's perhaps one of my or the tantra philosophy core, which I love so much, is the end, right? The pain and the pleasure, the love and the grief. How can we be a vessel for all of it?
Yeah. And what I find really interesting is that there is not one human being on this planet. Though I don't know if I'm right or wrong, I will disclosure here that I cannot
Brave
guarantee this is true.
Go for it.
But honestly, we don't even think about the ending when we start loving. At the beginning of falling in love, that's all you see, magic. Nobody falls in love, for it to end.
Wow.
Nobody starts a relationship and talks about the ending of it. Nobody wants to enter into any type of relating and connecting just for the sake of ending it. We can't see it. We don't see the end.
That would be revolutionary. Like, hey, I just want to be with you to actually figure out the end.
But I think we're at this time when we are kind of realizing that we can't just, that till death do us apart no longer applies. That I need many people because I'm multi-layered and multi-complex person. That you can, like you mentioned earlier, you can mirror some things in me that I need to discover about myself. So I thank you. But when that no longer applies, I need more. And I need it now. What are your thoughts on that?
That we meet different people throughout our lifetime for different teaching. And then we know when it's time to go, we gotta go.
Do you think it's mutual? Always.
No, it might be for mutual benefit.
Good reference.
Often not everybody involved in that moment can see it, and often.
Yeah, and what is your experience?
Well, be more specific with your question.
What is your experience in mutuality of starting and ending? Relationship in general, and it can be any relationship, friendship, situationship, lovership.
I mean, again, like that ending I just shared about, it was so mutual, and in that it felt the most mature I've ever experienced, right? Like that common or shared realization of, hey, I want this different thing now, or I can own that now. Other person, okay, I cannot provide that. I'm wishing you all the best. Have so much fun. Bye. That was mutual. And maybe there needs to be less drama than there often is. I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah, of wishing the other well and being like, wow, I got to serve this purpose during that time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You taught me so much. And now it's time to go. And that just came in right in this moment. It's like maybe that is a sign that we're actually acting from our adult highest selves and not from some hurt inner child parts. We're like, but you need to stay to heal me, daddy or mommy or whoever brought me up. Yeah.
I totally agree. And that's where that self-awareness of knowing thyself comes in to say, hey, though I can grab onto and attach easily and not let go and use my anxious avoidant and all these parts of me but I know them. And though they want to grab on it, I know how to react to them now because I did this inner work. And it shows the not, I can't use the word, I don't like to use the word maturity, but rather than almost like self-understanding. When you know yourself so well, you offer this support even when you're hurt because you know the higher reason for why we happened, why our connection was so crucial for my evolution, for your evolution, why it was you and not 5,000 different people. It was you. It happened to be your blend with my blend. And with that, I thank you forever. And you can only do this with so much love when you tap into your own love, that self love.
That's so special. Yeah, and not making or taking self responsibility, right? And ownership. Hey, this is not aligned anymore.
Yeah. And I still love you, but my love changed,
Yes.
evolved.
Yeah.
So, what do you think it's the next level of love? Since we're talking about, since we're in the office talking about love
In the
and
office
relationship.
of love. I love that. The next level of love. I'm not sure if I'm really getting this kind of like spiral emotion right now, more the circular nature of things, the cyclical nature of things. And I'm not sure if that's the next level or part of whatever level there is. um, what feels so important to me is to honor that you're divine and I am divine. And we are, I don't know, we're here to play. Right? Yeah, deep relational work for sure, and being the mirror and maybe bringing some healing. But also, can we have fun and play and be who we're meant to be? And express ourselves and create, as you said before, like help each other spread the wings, right? And be free. And I forgot what it was before, but you mentioned something around love and freedom. Um, and that's a little bit in that experience right now with this person I met. It's like, you know, when you love someone, you set them free. Of course, you want to be in the same physical place, but can we actually be in separate geographical locations and allow so much space for the divine to be in between us and have fun and play, come up with stupid things over the phone. So I don't know. I'd almost say the next level of love is play.
Yeah. And what does freedom in love mean to you now?
It's a very good question. Um, are you more referring to kind of felt sense experience or relationship constellations or both?
Both. It sounds like you're entering into the unknown territory of having love for free. Just rephrasing. Having freedom in love, not love for free. It's free already for all of us, but almost like freedom in love that allows you space and allows your other, connecting soul space to evolve. So, what does this mean to you, and how do you feel it? Both ways.
The first response to me that came was, it means everything. Um,
I
I'm
love it.
I'm a wild woman, and a sense of freedom inside of me is how I need to be, right? That's my true nature. I I'm having a hard time putting words to it right now, but it's an allowing, right? It's like I trust you to be you, and I love you for who you are, and that you'll still be here. And that's what it feels like right now. Like you be you, and I'll be here loving you. So that's kind of the felt sense, and the freedom I'm experiencing in love right now. Um, and on a relationship agreement logistics level, I don't know yet how it looks like.
Mm.
I love love. I love lovers, and I also really love the idea of a devoted, sacred union partnership. I have
Mm.
no clue yet how how it all plays out and how it works or functions. And yeah, being in open communication around that. And I mean, again, I can share this little snippet from Burning Man where it was like I went in with this intention: I want to meet my husband, I want to meet clients, and I want to have so much fun and play. And that having so much fun and play, I imagined making out with millions of people and just having the best time. Guess with how many people I made out with? Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It is.
Fuck. This is not the plan, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes. And it's like I think that's where, right time, right thing, right place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
One
no
dot
right
for
or
two
wrong, but
parts.
really honoring my truth, right? Like I I still felt open and radiant and super sexy, and like, my costumes were dope and I was shining and had the best time. I have tingly fingertips right now. And my magnetism worked only for that one person, which was totally fine and welcome.
Yeah.
It was surprising almost, we were like, oh, this is so interesting.
Yeah. Congratulations, by the way. I'm
Oh,
happy for you.
thank
You
you.
know that you're now flying on the carpet of love into the unknown. So,
Yeah.
and it almost feels to me that, you know, I like to call it breaking news in science. when you do everything that the traditional way that we were taught how to do, you break all the rules on it. It's like long distance, so much love, you be you, I'll be me, super freedom. And you're talking, we were not taught how to have relationship like this, right? So it's like we were taught to close it, lock it, do the roles that we are traditionally meant to do, and you do that, I'll do this, and have a nuclear family. And it's almost like we're now breaking almost new, breaking into the new paths of almost like finding the way that works on a collective level, because the old obviously doesn't work from a not, like not for majority yet, but it's obviously crumbling, and we're seeking something else. We're seeking deeper connections. We're seeking not only soulmate, but we're seeking the merge, the emerge, the emergency, the urgency, right? The fire, the water, you name it, the elements, the freedom, the nature, the expansion, evolution, spirit, the soul, the energy. Like, there's just so many things that we can do, and we're so cooked for it, ready. And
Yeah,
when the goddess itself just drops it in your lap. How can you say no?
I like that. I mean, I was literally a dust ball rolling into this tent, right? Was offered a
He
wet
just
bar.
showed up.
It was very romantic.
Wait, and he just showed up like that?
Oh, he was in the tent already when I, like, it was a big, big communal tea space and biggest dust storm 10-year burners have experienced. That's when I arrived. Yeah, he was there.
And Big Bang.
Yeah, just a wet wipe. It was great. Like, okay, thank you. I can actually see you now.
I love this for you. I'm so happy. Happy
And
for you. Love is
me too.
beautiful.
And and also, like, it's so interesting, right? Just like pre-Vita retreat and post-Vita retreat. It's like such a significant um, turning point, somewhat. Um, what became so clear to me after was the only reason that is left for me to have or to want partnership is sex as a spiritual practice. Like all the other things, like as you just mentioned, our parents' generation, where it was a lot about, the elevator relationship. Like you meet, you go on dates, you get a dog, you propose, or whatever the right order of things is. And now we have so much more power to create the lives we want, right? So, what is ultimately left to truly, deeply want partnership?
Hmm.
For me, that's, yeah, sex is a spiritual practice.
Are you open to dissect it?
Fuck, fucking each other to God if you want.
Okay, so let's dissect it. We have time. I mean, do you have like 15,
I have
20 more
time.
minutes?
Yeah.
It's actually one of my favorite topics to talk about. So let's
What is?
dive in. Um, Intimacy, and I call it intimacy as the spiritual evolution, and which is almost the same. What you're saying, sex is a spiritual practice, and how do you what do you? I mean, can you tell me how do you perceive this? What is this for you? And maybe if you're open, we can dive in. How do you practice this as well with your partners? How do you initiate and invite the other to come into such sacred space for you?
Um, well, I want to say that I was initiated by a man about 10 years ago. And the visceral memories from those moments, they really woke up something in me. And I had no idea of how to be with them back then. And, it took a good 10 years to reclaim that again and be like, I don't just want to fuck. Like, I want to breathe. And
Hmm.
I want to bring intention into this whole experience. And I want to be present. And In those 10 years, since then I stopped drinking alcohol, and a lot of things shifted inside of me, which brought more and more presence into my overall life. And only for, let's say, the past year or so, I've really been claiming that sexually too, where I'm like, I need you to be sober and preferably you have some tantra experience. And yes, initiatrix for sure. It is part of my being in this world to remind you how to breathe. And please remind me to breathe too.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's kind of an overall experience from those past 10 years. And again, only very recently I feel very met in that energy. And I mean, Layla put it so well. If you don't want his energy or their energy to fuck you, don't fuck with them. I was like,
Hmm.
oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
That really hit home for me, where um, and also coming back to something you kind of opened a little bit earlier, of this, like, I learned to be such an exquisite lover to myself.
Mm.
That's been ongoing for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years now. And if someone is not at least as good as a lover for me as I am, what's the point? What is even the point?
Yeah. And do you want to open up a little bit about how Tantra initiation, and I know it's a little, sensitive topic, very sensitive topic, so we don't have to go into super details about it. But how did this change how you relate to yourself intimately? And I can just assume that your pleasure practices changed as well after that initiation, because you discovered a layer of yourself that you can now coexist with the full awareness that feels differently, as if your sense in the body turned on with the energy that was yours, almost stagnant. This is how I feel it in my body, so I can only speak on that behalf. And you're saying is that this changed the way that you are intimate with others because your standards changed, but your energy is also requiring to be loved different way and nurtured and also initiated, invited, and opened up to expansion differently. And can you touch base a bit about it and see if you can kind of be a little bit more descriptive, and we can kind of go a little bit flirt with it for a minute.
Yeah, yeah, I love flirting. As Mama
Yeah.
Tina says, it's the way of the feminine to bring beauty into the chaos. I think that's how she says it. Um, I want to say that for me it was almost the other way around. It was first the self-pleasure practices, and for the longest time I had so much resistance towards the word tantra. I was like, yeah, no, not what I'm doing. I don't know, like this is just no. And yeah, only in the last 2, 3 months where I started owning that more, right, and becoming friends with the frequency. And for me, the gateway was really devoted self pleasure practice. And
Mm.
I think the practice that, I mean, all of them were life changing to some degree, but I call my breasts lovingly peaches.
Yeah.
And as a teenager, I had the hardest time. I was made fun of and bullied because I had little breasts. And again, at 38 with breast massage, I was like, oh, you're here. And I finally started feeling connected to my breasts and big breast energy. And that was a huge one, right? And um, reclaiming that part of me, and some deeper layers of my heart as well. And through the devotion to myself, and like touching my body every morning, like even if it's just my fingertips, like touching my pussy. Sure, I do that most days, but not every day. um, as you said, like opening up this energy and the creative force, and like making that the baseline of my life.
Mhm.
Freaking powerful. Love it. It's so much more fun.
Yeah.
It changes the way how I move through the world, right? It's like I physically move different through the world.
Yeah. And to add to that, there's also, I read this again somewhere and I don't know where, bad in giving credits for authors that I read. The way that you love and learn how to self-love and self-pleasure is the way you're going to love the other. And
Mm.
I love it because your
Mhm.
self-pleasure practice, we were shamed as women for a long time and we really don't know. Like you enter into the family in your developmental age and you're shamed for it and you build this blockage about your body, about you see it in the world, nobody's talking about it. I never talked to my sister about it, to my mom about it, right? So but I kind of self-discovered it in an early age and I was not shamed because I was alone. And as I was growing up alone, I was able to discover these parts of me at the very young age and maintain. And
Oh.
and here's another thing, though I knew it was a little weird and I was supposed to kind of hide it, I still did it. And I have had a very long, long relationship with my body for a very long time. And to this day, it is my pleasure practice that I start the day with. And I'm not talking just the self pleasuring, I'm talking nurturing self and self needs. That can come with reading, that can come with silence, that can come with meditation, with the total different lighting, right? So it's almost like the setting on it. And I can't start the day without it. And that literally shows in the way I make love to everything in life, including my partners, including the work I do, the art I create, and everything, as if it's absolutely necessary for you to create the world around you and relate to the world around you and expand onto the world as a contribution. So if I were to divide, if I don't have children, but I would normalize this
Yes.
just so that way it's not hidden, closed, rather than normalize it that it's okay to love your body, every single part of your body, just the way you want to love it.
Make
Say
yourself,
something about it.
yeah, make yourself feel good. And
Yeah.
yeah, however that looks like, right? If it's like through silence or touching your body or your pussy, and like I'm having this visceral response right now where my womb is literally throbbing, it's like all this creative juice and power that we were was it was safer for many centuries to stifle that, right? And what a blessing it is for us now to reclaim that and teach our daughters, if they're not our physical daughters, my neighbor's daughter, whatever, like teach young humans the power and normality in it. Be like, yo, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
This is life.
And it's your temple, and you live inside this beautiful
Mm.
body that has the pleasure senses
Yeah.
and has so much pleasure, like you said, just by touching and almost being so intentional into parts of your body. I was talking with my friend the other day, and I was talking, it's like our eyes are meant to look at the other. I wish I can see myself, so I need a mirror in order to see how I look, but I'm not naturally by default meant to look into my face, but I can see other parts.
Wow.
And we don't get to do that because we don't, we're not taught to do that either. And this comes with self-love. And again, if you really know how to be a good lover for yourself and love yourself and pleasure yourself through the touch and the words and the mental and body, mind, heart, oh, you're going to be a phenomenal lover in bed for another person to give this parts of you to the other. That's
Yes.
tantric to me.
Yes, it is. So tantric.
I love that your womb is throbbing. That means she feels mine.
It's like, yes. Pleasure power. Let's all start our days in that
Yeah.
way. Life would be such a different place. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I can. Actually, I'm very optimistic about it just because it's okay to talk about it and you're not going to get burned on a fire grill for saying something like that. Rather than we'll stand as an example and show that it normalizes it. This is why I'm doing this. This is why these paces are beautiful because it shows the example of, hey, it's safe to do this. It is,
Yeah.
and it's okay. And plus, it's beautiful and very powerful.
And again, what has already changed within our lifetime, right? I find that super motivating and inspiring, and what's the word for it? Hope giving that so much has already changed since we were smaller beings, you know?
Yeah. Mm. Wow. So how should we call this podcast? Girl.
Oh,
Tantra Illuminated. I loved this time. And I cannot believe that it's already 1 hour
oh
since we
wow.
started talking.
Wow. Neither can I.
This was beautiful. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Like, I'm so grateful to you, and everything everything is temporary, right? Like, my whole experience from today feels not important right now because of our time together. Oh yeah, right. This is what truly matters, and connecting energetically on our passion. That's what matters.
Yeah, we started burning at the beginning together. Now we're good. Because,
Jeez, what?
oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I don't have such a visceral reaction to someone else's energy out of blue. I'm almost like, consider myself a little bit centered with it. But often, yeah, I really am open to blend with the energy that comes in. So I just want to credit you for coming in with full force, so much force and fire. And I love it. And what I experienced today was just, it was so soft in the fiery nature. But to settle fire into the body and know what to do with it is mastery of oneself. And I just want to compliment you on it. I can just sense your groundedness and your energy. And girl, this was really cool.
That means a lot. Thanks for seeing the grounded fire.
Yeah. Still dangerous though. Don't play too much.
Yeah, like powerful, actually.
Really powerful. Okay. I'm going to
We
send you
go
with.
first.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Beware.
I want to send you with so much love on your new journey. That carpet of love that you just happen to sit on nicely to fly to the highest highs, that there are possible skies for you to touch and merge to whatever the essence wants to show you, to be open enough to explore and experience it together with another. It's beautiful. And I wish just a beautiful, beautiful merge for you and love essence and love experience and go for it. That's all I can
Thank
say.
you. I
Full
am. I
force.
am. I am going for it.
Hope to
Yeah.
meet you again and cross your paths. Never know.
Yes.
Maybe another Vita.
Yes, my love. What a
Okay.
pleasure to speak with you.
Okay. Sending you love.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.